Hey girlies. Ooh, it's all empty. Come on girlies, give me a chance. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to give you a mini tour of the greenhouse and what we have growing in this month of May. Let me just close this door behind me to keep the heat in. Alright, here as we enter in the greenhouse we have our potatoes. Ooh, see there's a sprout here. These are Charlotte potatoes. So I think you probably could do with another layer of compost in here to encourage the potatoes to produce more potatoes. So, bearing in mind, these are only not even half of the plants that we have. The rest of them are inside. We are planning on bringing them outside today, all of them, most of them. I'm not too sure about my pepper plants and my aubergine and my loofah plants and my cucumbers. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I am testing out some tomato plants at the moment. But first, before I continue with this tour, let's see how the temperature was last night. So the temperature was 0.5 degrees Celsius. That's pretty cold, especially for my warm loving plants like tomatoes and corn. And we've got some sunflower seeds that are waiting to be germinated. Currently it's 24 degrees, but earlier this morning when my husband came into the greenhouse, he said it was 32 degrees in here until he opened the window and it dropped to 24. So it's quite like a tropical feel in here at the moment. Yeah, so let's continue with what we have in the greenhouse so far. Here we've got some corn that's been potted up for some reason. I think oh yes, my husband started 3 in these pots to see how they'll do. I think he was just testing out to see the viability of the seeds that he got, and he's quite happy with them, so bonus for there. Last night my husband decided to put some watermelons in the greenhouse, and we know watermelons are heat-loving plants. They're heat-loving plants, and they seem to be doing okay actually. Yeah, they're quite leggy, that's why they're falling over. It's because they were struggling and fighting other plants inside for light, so that's why they look like this at the moment. But other than that, they're quite healthy. They survived a night of 0.5 degrees in the greenhouse. I'm quite pleased. These are the warm plants. So here, this is the second, this is going to be the third night tonight that my tomato plants, a couple of my tomato plants will survive. The first night is the hardest one to let go because they've been in the cushion environment of inside in the warmth into the greenhouse after being transplanted into this pot. So this had to deal with the transplant shock and the shock of coming outside, and I moved them in the evening, so it was fairly chilly already. So I said, If these plants survived, they deserved it. They really deserve to survive. But yeah, I said a little prayer before bringing them out 2 nights ago because it was really cold and I just really wanted to test out to see if it will survive. This is the Floridity, the Floridity F1 tomato. I believe this is a cherry or plum variety. Can't remember at this time, but I read the reviews and it had really good reviews, so bought the seeds after my garden mishap with the other tomatoes, which I had to bin. If you didn't see that video, I'll link it up here or in the description below so you can have a look. Here is the second tomato seedling. Second tomato seedling did really well. This is the Honeybee F1. This is a cherry variety, and yeah, it did really well. I'm quite pleased. The Lord has answered my prayers in keeping them alive, healthy and strong. The first night though, I did put a fleece over them. The fleece is here. My husband removed this fleece last night, so these plants weren't covered in any way. It was just uncovered like it is in this unheated greenhouse. And our windows don't close properly, so there is a bit of a draft coming in every now and again when the wind blows. So yeah, he answered our prayers and it gave me the courage to bring out the rest of my plants outside to spend the night. I think the nights are getting fairly warmer, although the thermometer is telling us differently. But you know what? God answers prayers, even if we don't think, or forget that he does, or he might not answer our prayer for such little things. But it starts from the little things that builds our faith up to have faith for the bigger things in life. Over here, we've got the carrots. Oh my. Ooh, that smells really good. Really good, guys. Wow. Ooh, I'm really tempted to dig to see how big these carrots are looking. Should I, or should I stop myself? Oh, I can't help it. Let's see. Let's have a peek. Let's have a sneak peek to see how it's going. I think this might be a purple one. Ooh, ooh, guys. Yeah, this is going to be a purple carrot. Wow, they're swelling up. Ooh, I'm so excited. I don't know if you remember the last video. They weren't this tall. It's so surprising how tall they shoot up in such a small amount of time. Which reminds me, I'm going to have to sow some more if I want to keep harvesting throughout the summer. Yeah, I'm going to have to sow some more. I don't know where I'm going to sow them yet, so I'm going to have to decide where. This is Jeremiah's lettuces. If you're following us on Instagram, you would have seen when he planted these into this little trowel here. It's doing really, really well. We haven't watered this in a few days, so the soil that it's in, it's really doing well. Actually, I think we might be able to start picking off these, or should we give them a few more days? Let us know in the comments. Yeah, over here we have some more brassicas. We've got the dinosaur kale. We love those. That's our favorite kale in this house. Last year we grew dinosaur kale, but we only had 2 plants that survived. The others got eaten by snails, and the pests devoured the others. So we doubled the amount that we did last year. Yeah, you know, if you sow plenty, you're more likely to have a plentiful harvest than if you just sow just the right amount. You know, you don't give room for pests and, you know, bad weather, and then you have animals coming to eat it as well. Yeah, and then you end up with not that many. So we just went crazy with sowing different varieties of stuff. So over here we've got the sugar snap peas. This is Jessie dwarf sugar snap peas. I think this was, no, it would have been 100% germination. It's just one seed that didn't germinate, but oh no, two actually. Two didn't germinate, but I'm still happy with the germination rate in here. Soon we're gonna have to move them out of these little cells and put them in their rightful places. Yeah, some more purple kale here. We have more purple kale inside, so we just love kale. This is more Savoy cabbage, and this is another cabbage. I forgot the variety this one's called, but it's going to be purple cabbage. Yeah, so really looking forward to watching these cabbages grow, because we didn't have success with cabbages last year, and we had a bit of success with kale, but not as we would like, but we still had kale. Yeah, so over here, more dinosaur kale. Here I'm going to show you my garden fails, because people believe that, oh, I'm really great green fingered, they call it. But even people who are supposedly green fingered have garden fails. Look at this. This was a nasturtium. Blue pepper nasturtium. So this one I don't believe had flowers. But yeah, look at that. It died. Why it died? Probably overwatering. This one died, but it appears as though it's coming back to life. Look at that. It is coming back to life. This is shameful. But guys, gardening, it's like us sometimes, you know? We're not perfect. So there's going to be plants that are imperfect, and there are plants that's going to die. They're going to come back to life, be revived again. It's a bit like us in our spiritual journey. See, like this, we have to be careful of this when we water plants. We can't leave them standing in water. That's how they die. So I'm just going to empty this out quickly before I carry on with this video, because I will forget, I am sure, or get distracted with something else. I'm going to empty this water. All done, water removed. Yep, back in you go. Done. Right, over here is a parsnips that we sown. They're looking healthier than you last saw them in the previous video of me showing you what we have growing. We had a few casualties in the sides there, but it's okay. We're kind of hopeful for these on the ends here. Even if we don't get any roots, I believe we can eat the leaves of the parsnips. So I'll look more into that, and we have to sow some more. Over here, we've got some sweet corn. I'm not sure of the variety this one is. My husband sowed these and he forgot to label them. He forgot to label them. I'm really like strict on labeling. I really try to be, because I like to remember what I've sown. So if I want to save seeds, I know exactly what I'm saving seeds from. and the variety it is. And if I want to give away seeds as well, you know, I wouldn't be giving people just any random seeds. So the germination rate here is looking fantastic. Yes. We're going a bit easier on the corn this year. We're not going to do a whole field this year. Ooh, we're not doing a whole field this year. We're going easy. Over here, we've got some, what's this one? Glass gem rainbow corn. Oh yes, that was sown on the 4th of the 5th, so not too long ago, actually a few days ago. Looking fabulous. Oh, we've got one trying to come up here. Looking forward to that. We're going to use that as popping corn, so that will be interesting. That will be the first time we're growing that type of corn. Over here we have some giant sunflowers sown on the same day as the corn. Ooh, we've got some germination and another one there. Ooh, yes, 2 so far. I can't see anything, but I do see the soil raising in some parts. I'm sure tomorrow we'll see some more action. But that's it for the greenhouse. Let's move on to inside the house. Oh, just before we go, we've got some, oh, what do we have here? Some type of chives. See, we've got sown so many things we forgot. Bought this one from the garden center. This one is chives. I'm not sure what kind of chives it is, if it's garlic chives or what, but it's chives. I'm going to fill this pot with some more stuff around, some more herbs, or I might move the chives somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure yet, but yeah. I just wanted to show you guys this patch. I believe I did show you guys this patch, garlic patch, in the last video. I said, oh, I needed to weed it, and weed it I did. I managed to weed it, guys, and it's looking fantastic. I just have to mulch it now. I really do need to mulch it, and then we can get the show on the road. Like, I did start mulching it here, didn't get to continue because mother duties called. That's the thing, when you're breastfeeding, you're on demand most time of the day, and you just have to get jobs done in between, like how I am trying to get them done, but they're getting done nonetheless. But yeah, I have to cover this back. We had some winds the other day. That's, you know, move the cover off, but I have to keep it covered if I don't want the chickens going scratching in there. So, oh yes, today is our 4th anniversary, and so my husband set this up for us because it was damaged in the storms a few videos ago. I've shown you, but today I noticed that it's built back up, and that's the first thing I noticed this morning. Yeah, quite happy with that. Hey DK, what you doing? Okay. We are transporting these slabs to the greenhouse we just came from. We've got some friendly, persistent mice that lives in the garden. So, rodents, TK says. So we are trying to keep them out of our greenhouse and eating our seedlings, because they ate all of our autumn sown peas and all of our autumn sown cauliflower and all of our, just everything that we've sown in the autumn except for the garlic has been eaten. So we are taking these measures to keep them out permanently. Yes, he has to put it in the trailer because they're quite heavy and it will take a very long time to keep going back and forth. So once he's loaded that in the trailer, he's gonna drive it all the way up to the greenhouse over there. Guys, I have to kind of speak really lowly now because I have a toddler sleeping on the sofa behind me and I have a sleeping baby as well. So I have to be really quiet if I want to get this video done today and any more of my garden chores. This is reality of our living room. Our living room is covered in plants. Yes, guys, I am showing you the reality of everything right now. We're in the middle of potting up and sowing seeds. We've got plenty of watermelon. We sowed so many watermelons, as you can see, so many that we now have to sell some. Here we've got some of our strongest watermelon. Yep, I'm showing you everything. Yep, oh, he's taking the slabs to the greenhouse. Fantastic, so I'm gonna have to make this quick so I can go help him. Here we've planted some more flowers. This year my goal is to plant more flowers because I felt as though that last year I didn't plant enough of them. So here we've got some zinnia peppermint stick over here, all of this row, and then zinnia dahlia mix. So that's going to be really pretty. We've got some cosmos here. We've planted some cosmos, but I felt as though we could have planted more last year. Here we've got some more of the tomatoes. It was 2 of these tomato plants that were here, the new ones that we took to the greenhouse to test it out to see if, you know, it will survive the night in the cold temperatures, and in fact it did. So quite pleased with that. We have even more leggy looking tomatoes on this side. In the last video you'd have noticed there was some cucumbers in here. We managed to pot them up into their own separate pots, and here is one of them. Yep, looking super healthy. We've got this flower here. It's called the, oh, if you can focus, it's called the Dahlietta lily, and this is what it will look like. Super pretty. I can't wait. Over here we've planted some more ranunculus. These are some really pretty flowers. Let me show you how it's going to look. This is the ranunculus. It looks similar to roses. It's called Purple Heart, and I'm hoping that I sowed it correctly. If I did, we'll have some pretty looking flowers for our borders and cutting flowers to put in the vase. Let's go over to this side. We've got some more tomato plants. I believe this was sown, let's see. This was sown since, oh wow, the 15th of February of this year. What variety is this? Black Russian tomato. Yes, this is an heirloom variety tomato. And 1, 2, 3, 4 plants of the Black Russian tomato. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying that tomato out. Here we've got a tomato called Sweet Million. Sweet Million, looking healthy, smelling fantastic. You should really smell these plants, guys. It smells like tomato heaven in here. Oh, what have we got here? Oh yes, I've sown these, and I think the last video it was it hadn't even sprouted yet, but this is the nasturtium, guys. This is called the nasturtium gleam mix. Look at that. Superb. The germination rate could have been better, but that's okay. We'll just sow some more. At the back over there, there's some more basil sown, the purple basil. What else do we have that's new? Over here we've sown some coriander, some more cucumbers. This is what the blacktail mountain watermelon is looking like. It has its first tendril, so I think I'll be having to pot this up soon and put a stake in it. Right, we've got our squashes here. Wow, they have just shut up since the last video, guys. Wow. Oh my goodness. I haven't had a proper look at these for a while. They are growing like crazy. This one is called the Queensland Blue Winter Squash. And it's like it says in its name, it is a blue squash, but the flesh is still like a normal squash flesh on the inside. Here we've got the Waltham butternut squashes. I need to put them in their individual pots soon. Here we've got the blue Hungarian winter squash. There's a bit of discoloring on the leaves here. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm gonna have to sort that out. Is it a nitrogen issue? Oh yes, it probably is, because it does have different compost to the others, and the others are looking fabulous. So I'm gonna have to sort that out later after this video. And you've got the tomatoes in there. We've got the peppers that's budding now, and it's still in a really tiny pot. Wow. This is, what is this? Oh, this is a borlotti bean. Borlotti. Forgot what that was actually. In here we've got, oh, the bigger borlotti beans. Wow. These have grown since I've last shown you guys. Look at that. They need to move from there now. They need the space to stretch. Yeah, and they need some more space for, wow, these celery has really shut up as well. And the okras, they're a bit leggy because they're all fighting each other for light, but that will soon be sorted. We've got some more lettuce there that needs to be separated. We got some sweet peas there in the corner. Some, ooh, funny looking basil. What's going on there? Okay, some funny looking basil, man. What's wrong with my basil? I'm gonna have to sort that out. Yeah, we've got some basil there. I think that is a, I'm not sure, Greek basil. We've got some marigolds there that needs to leave the house. Some more sweet basil there, and then next to that is Thai basil. I love basil, and I don't think what I've sown there is enough, so I'm going to sow even more basil. Oh, almost forgot. There's more stuff on the floor. Here we've got calendula. These are the ones that you can eat and add to your salads. Some more squashes here. Some more nasturtiums here. I've got one that trails, so that should be quite interesting. And we've got one that different colors and such. Over here we've got some, what is it, chamomile, and more basil. Yes, more basil next to it. And we've got some sunflowers, but not the giant ones. We've got the red sunflowers, so that should be really, really pretty. I'm really hoping and praying for a garden full of flowers this year. Over here we've got some sweet peppers. We've got the micro tomato here, and the micro cucumbers. Our peppers here are starting to flower. We've got 3. I've been hand pollinating in here. Oh, we've got the paprika here. The paprika is starting to show signs of fruit. Here we've got some loofah, our biggest loofah plant that's thriving here in the corner, so we left it there to thrive. Yeah. Okay, like I've shown you before, we've got some strawberry plants that we've put in. The chickens have been naughty earlier and they were scratching in here. It was all covered in hay. They've scratched it all out and I'm not happy about it. So we're putting slabs on the outskirts because there were holes where the mice dug to get into the greenhouse, and look what they've done. But yeah, this is where the hole was. So there's some weed fabric underneath these slabs, and we're going to do the same thing inside the greenhouse. So if by some miracle they decide to dig out here to get in, they have another obstacle on the inside, which I think by that time they'll give up, so they won't know what hit them. Anyways guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.